Today I'm going to be talking about ways that you can instantly have an easier time and enjoy motherhood that little bit more. Today I find that we are constantly bombarded with the motherhood is so tough. It's so difficult and give me that bottle of wine like straight away. And I don't know whether it's a combination of implementing these things and these ideas, or maybe I'm just lucky, but I love being a mama almost every moment of every day. Yes, I for sure have those harder moments, and do make sure and check out the video that I did previously that I'll have linked down below, where I talk about what to do when you're having those hard days. But for sure, implementing these ideas have definitely made it easier for me, and I miss my kids when I'm not with them, and I really want you to feel the same way. That's not to say that there is something wrong if you don't miss your kids and that time alone isn't so precious. Yes, it is. But if you are a mama who's at home with your kids an awful lot, I want you to feel joy during that time, because it really does go so fast. And this is possibly going to be a video that I'm going to get some hate for, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you are wrong in any way by not enjoying every moment of motherhood, because it is really, really hard. It is the hardest job that you'll ever do, is being a parent, but I want you to enjoy it as much as you can. So this video is about my top tips, my ways to enjoy motherhood to the fullest as much as you can, and to make sure that you are filling up your cup. So I hope you found it helpful, and if you're a new mama, congratulations, and I'm so excited for you. It's incredible. It's the most amazing thing that has happened in my life, and I'm so grateful to be called mama by my little people every single day. And I hope that you get something interesting out of this video. I've written down all of my ideas and I'm going to dive straight into them. You guys can tell it's been a week and I have not washed my hair. When I first had Archer, or before I had Archer, both of the boys, I really tried to train my hair so that I only had to wash it once a week, and then I completely got out of that the last few months. I've just been washing it every few days, and now my body doesn't know what's happening to me. So I need to retrain it, because washing it every day is not an option. That's a very big segue to say that I've got greasy hair today and should have put some dry shampoo in. But I've got my handy dandy notebook, and I'm going to start with the first and quite possibly the biggest tip. If you are new to motherhood, if you just had your baby, or you were pregnant and you're starting to get worried about how that's going to look for you, set your own expectations. I literally have written, look at your self expectations. We would never put expectations on a friend, so why do we put them on ourselves? And this starts right before you have your baby. So for me, this was, I expected parenting to look a certain way. Whether that was because of the parenting and the upbringing that I had experienced, I knew I wanted to do something differently. You might be in the same boat. Or whether it is because you have seen somebody on YouTube and their little one naps in their cot for hours on end, and the mum has always got makeup on and is looking super skinny in the first few weeks after having her baby. Set your own expectations for yourself. Make sure that you aren't setting them too high. Nobody is able to do everything. If you're going to be putting your makeup on one day, you probably won't be getting the dishes done. If you're going to be having a bath one day or having a shower one day, you're probably not going to be able to sweep the floor. You can't do everything. You might want to, you might think you can. You are not Superwoman, but you can do some things really well. So that is the first thing that I would say. Don't be placing huge expectations on yourself. Know that it's okay to let some things slide. For us at the moment, our house is absolutely stinky. It's really pretty awful, and I'm so happy for it to be that way, because I've been able to spend more intentional time with the kids and more intentional time in the kitchen, just cooking really nourishing, healthy, wholesome foods for our whole family, and that's been much more important to me than making sure that everything is shiny and squeaky clean. So knowing that you can't do everything, and also along that note, it's okay to ask for help. So if something is going awry and that's something that is important to you, so for instance the cleaning or the healthy eating, get a meal delivery service. Even if your little one is 10 years old, Make sure that you are minding your family in whatever way feels applicable for you and feels good for you, so that you can be the best parent that you can be. So that is the first thing that I would say. Just look at your self expectations even before your baby arrives, or now if you feel like you're struggling and you're always behind on something. There's a reason for that. Sit back and look at why that is. The next thing then that kind of leads into that is stop the comparison game. Listen to your gut, and you are the expert. So this is something that for some reason I got straight away. It's almost like I had this like little bubble after Atticus was born, and nobody could say anything that would sway how I felt about what he needed. And I really want you to just listen into that. I truly, truly believe that as the parent of your child, you are the expert. So much so that, you know, everyone believes this, that if you arrive into the emergency department with your baby and on paper their vital signs are absolutely perfect, and as far as the doctors are concerned your kid looks great, but you as the mother are worried, or you as the parent are worried, that gives a big red mark and you were seen by a doctor straight away. As a parent, you are the expert on your child and your baby. You know what's best for them, whether that comes to their eating, their sleep, their overall health, their happiness and well-being. Listen into that mama gut. Listen in, because it is truly magical, and that's what makes you the best parent for that child. That's why you are their mama. So yeah, stop the comparison game. Stop looking at what one other child is doing. Just listen into what feels right for your one. The next one then is sleep, and this impacts everything. And I almost feel like I touch on parental sleep and like maximizing your sleep as a parent in every single video. So maybe I should do a whole separate video on it. But making sure that you are mindful of the sleep and the rest that you are getting means that you can be a better parent every single day. So whether that is going to bed, turning off those screens early, making sure that you are getting like a protein rich, fat rich food before you go to bed, so that it keeps your blood sugar levels balanced overnight, and when you wake up in the morning you're not super cranky. Maybe if you're in those early postpartum days, it's going to bed when your baby is sleeping and having a little nap with them. And even if it's not napping with them, it's resting your body while you can. So it might be just laying down with them, or just reclining into your nice comfy nursing chair, whatever it might be. Making sure that you are resting your body in as much as you can means that you can be a better parent the following day, and enjoy parenthood too. The next thing then that I have, and this isn't something that I feel like you can do immediately, but that is to do something that you enjoy. So you'll hear like a common theme here. I'm very much in this phase of like empowering motherhood, empowering parenthood. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to feel good. I want you to feel like you are succeeding as a parent. And for me, that means doing a little bit of something that I enjoy. So that at the moment, I'm so into antiquing and like going to charity shops and secondhand shops and looking for little bits and pieces. I don't necessarily always buy something, but I love just perusing the shops. And I also love to just sit and have a picnic with my friend. So recently I've been just literally parking a few meters up the road in the forest, and my friend and I just sitting in the boot of our car and just eating snacks and maybe having a glass of red wine together, and just chatting about everything almost other than our kids. To just be and have that moment to just be Kitty, to be myself away from my children, has been hugely beneficial, because I can walk back into my motherhood role. Not that you're ever separated from it, but as a much more fulfilled human. I can manage motherhood much easier. And so for you, that might be taking a bath. That might be taking one of those long, like sexy showers is what I call them, where you're like, have the time to shave your legs and like do a deep conditioner for your hair and like a face scrub and all of that kind of stuff. It makes a huge difference to me. And in the early days, for me, that was taking a shower or having a poo in silence, or doing a few like cat-cow stretches just to roll out my shoulders in those early postpartum days, because you can get really sore from doing that, all that feeding and just snuggling and looking down at your baby all the time, which is impossible not to do because they're so darn cute. So the next thing then, I have talked about yourself and mental health matters, and how that it is unselfish to care for yourself. Because really, if you're not caring for yourself, your baby needs you. You should be putting on your oxygen mask before your babies. So making sure that you are minding your own mental health, reaching out if you feel like you're going into that black cloud, looking out for making a plan maybe for those who you're going to reach out to, letting them know how it might look for you when you feel yourself slipping. I know for me, it was one of the biggest things that I was aware of before actually having my babies. I have a history of depression myself, and I was so aware that this then put me at somewhat of an increased risk to have mental health issues after having my babies. And I don't know whether it's down to how much I really focus on minding myself and nourishing myself, or whether it's down to breastfeeding hormones, but touch wood, I've never had any worries with my mental health, but I do have friends who have had really awful like postpartum mental health issues, and it's the scariest and saddest thing that I have experienced as a mother. And I hope that if that is you, that you can get the support that you need and know that this isn't forever. Postpartum mental health is so complex because so much of it is triggered by our hormones, and so much of it feels like it's never ending, but it's so dangerously scary because of that never ending feeling. You feel like there's no way out. So talk about it. Find someone who's going to listen, find someone who's going to understand how that feels and give you the support, whether it's with medication or talk therapy or more alternative therapies to help you get out of that situation so that you can move forward in a way with ease and feel like you're not on your own. Sorry, bit of a waffle, but that can be hugely important. I also recommend that all new mamas take a supplementation of high dose of vitamin D. Make sure that you are getting a nice source of omega-3s, a nice complex there as well. Can have like almost, I know it's been like talked about as being akin to like a Prozac. It can be really hugely beneficial with all that lovely omega-3s and vitamin A, and like a nice fish oil is so powerful. And then also, of course, like making sure you're moving your body, getting out into sunshine, getting as much sleep as you can all be huge triggers for mental health and anxiety in particular. So all of those things, mind yourself. It's not unselfish, or it is unselfish to mind yourself ahead of your babies. Oh yeah, the next phrase then. I've just said when mummy isn't happy, nobody is happy. And that kind of follows through with that. And then the last thing I think when it comes to instantly starting to just enjoy motherhood more is, for me, the minute that I started accepting help. So this is something that is like an ongoing theme on here as well. So when we talk about accepting help as new mamas, it's removing that feeling of like I have to do it all, and looking at what shape or form that help is going to look like for you. So being more specific about it. Is it going to be getting a cleaner in? Is it going to be getting a babysitter in once a week so that you can go and be on your own somewhere, or go and be with your partner? Thinking about how you can feel supported in this new phase, in this new transition in motherhood before you have your baby ideally is so powerful. I hope you got some tips there, and I hope that you feel like you can maybe take a breath and just enjoy motherhood a bit more, in knowing that you are the expert. You already know what to do. Coming back to your instincts around what feels right for you and your baby, and taking away the pressure to have set sleep times and schedules and, you know, a routine for you and your family, and knowing that you are already doing an awesome job. And I hope that you gather that from that sort of theme from my content, and let me know if it's made you feel good today. Let me know if it's made you smile, and if you do need me, please do reach out. I am always happy to respond and to give you as much support as I can, because being a parent is the hardest but most important job that you will ever do, and I want you to know that you're not alone. I will see you in my next video, and thank you so much for watching.